Here's to whiskey kisses with peachy taste of sin.
Greetings, whiskey folk! Welcome back to Drinking Out Loud for the official Dram Association. As you can tell, this is not my first video of the day. Dram Association.
There we go.
Unbottling of the Deveron. All right, the Deveron.
Deveron.
Welcome, Taryn, to the studio. Yeah, you might recognize her from such previous tastings as H by Hein.
Mm-hmm.
What else have you been on? We did the gin one together.
The gin ones and the Westland video.
Oh, the Westland video, of course, of course. You were kind of shoved off to the side over here because we tried to get 4 people in this studio. Studio looks slightly different now.
A little bit. It's very nice, though.
Thanks. You might also recognize Taryn from the Strath liquor store, but also our tastings, as she co-hosts the Scotch Malt Whisky Society with me quite regularly. Most months. And yeah, Taryn wanted to be a part of this video because she's looking forward to trying this. Why are we tasting this, though? We're tasting this because I am about to present this to a room full of people. On the day of recording, it's going to be tomorrow, so it'll be a few days ago by the time this gets uploaded to YouTube, for the New Arrival Showcase, the Whisky New Arrival Showcase, which is our new monthly tastings. And if you want to be a part of the next one, I have the date written down on a piece of paper over here. The next one is going to be, I can't read it, April the 21st, Thursday, April the 21st, is going to be the next new whiskey showcase. So if you like what you're seeing on these videos, you can come and be a part of the next ones. So tell me, why do you want to try this? What's sparking your interest?
It's quite old.
It is.
And after seeing how excited you were about it, I was also quite excited.
I'm definitely excited about this one for a few reasons. First of all, I recently have discovered, thanks to the Scotch Malt Whisky Society, that Deveron can be an absolutely incredible whiskey. Or rather more accurately, Macduff can be a very exciting whiskey. We had some really good single cask Macduffs recently in the SNWS, and this is their official bottlings. So despite the distillery being called Macduff, they for some reason think that's not marketable and call it Deveron. Used to be called Glendeveron.
Oh,
yeah,
strange.
They dropped the Glen. No idea why. But yeah, really interesting distillery. They go for an interesting, diverse flavor profile by using 2 almost contradictory manufacturing methods. So they do short fermentations and quick mashes and cold condensers, and that's going to give you a big sort of meaty, nutty new make spirit. Also with a touch of sulfur, which gets taken out during the maturation process. But at the same time, they also aim to infuse that with a whole bunch of fruit flavors by having extra reflux, by having a line arm that goes up instead of down. So you know the bit at the top of the still that normally comes down off the still? It goes up. And also at a right angle away from it. Madness.
Strange.
So yeah, so more vapor goes back down, trickles back down into the still to get redistilled to get lighter, fruity flavors.
Okay.
So yeah, they're going for both ends of the spectrum.
Fun.
I know, right? And I really like the Deveron 12. It's been a while since we carried it, but it's actually been available behind the bar in the Sticky Wicket for years. It's one of the standard whiskies that we carry there. So when I saw this come up, I was very excited for the 18, especially because of the price. Someone royally screwed up somewhere, and we'll get to that. But first, let's see, regardless of the price, whether we like the whiskey, shall we? Do you want to do the official unbottling?
I think you should do it.
Okay. Let's tag team it.
Okay.
So I'll take the foil off, and then I'll hold the bottle while you pull the cork. Sound good?
Sure.
All right. Take the foil off so you don't cut your fingers on it, OH&S. Oh, cool lid. Ooh. Look at that lid, guys. It's got like a...
Shiny.
Yeah. I don't know how to describe that. It's got like a emblem plastic thing inset into the lid. Oh, that's weird. All right. Official unbottling. Nice.
Oh.
Good cork?
Yeah.
Is it real or synthetic? I can't tell.
I think it's synthetic.
Cool. Honestly, better for the whiskey. There's nothing worse than having an old whiskey and the cork falling apart. I like the frosted glass as well. It looks really cool with a drip going down it. Hopefully the camera's picking that up nicely. Yeah. All right. Slancher. Made where the big river meets the endless brine in any weather. Drukit or clear. Drukit? I've not heard that Scots word before. I'm guessing it means shitty. Delve in fruity depths where nutty notes are stowed. A dram for blether and fireside cheer.
Okay.
All right.
It smells very nice.
It does, doesn't it? That's very, very approachable. Like, yeah, it's complex, it's rich, it's interesting. It's...
Lots going on.
The nose reminds me of a more relaxed, less feisty, like Mortlock. Actually, kind of Macallan-y.
Okay, yeah.
They don't say what cask types. Looking at it, I'm going to say mostly bourbon.
Yeah, it's a weird color.
It is, isn't it? Slightly green.
I was going to say.
I think that's actually the color of the blue walls in the studio playing with it. Sometimes we do get whiskies that look weirdly green. But yeah, it's certainly that sort of more golden bourbon cask hue. Yeah, hazelnuts on the nose.
Yeah.
Like a praline kind of a thing.
Yeah, definitely like some sweetness. Caramelly.
All right, well, I'm going in for a taste. That smells great. Despite only being 40% alcohol, it's got a big, rich, voluminous flavor to it, mostly down to being 18 years old.
Yeah.
And I've said this before, like 40% alcohol when a whiskey is 8 years old is very different to 40% alcohol when a whiskey is 18 years old. Because at 18 years old, it's naturally gone down in ABV, so 40% is going to be closer to its natural strength. This is probably a natural strength of round about mid-50s rather than mid-60s for a young whiskey. So it's going to be a lot more fuller flavored because it's not as watered down. Yeah, no, that's really good.
Yeah.
I'm happy with this, which is good news because frankly I bought every bottle in the province.
Yeah.
Not me personally, that would be insane. The store has every bottle in the province. I saw this land and just pulled all of it. Or at least I think I did. I don't know that for absolute certain, but it was a very round number, suspiciously round number, and it wasn't active like an hour before, and when I checked, and then an hour later it was, and I just got all of it. Nutty, so nice. Biscuity, like oatmeal cookies.
Yeah, big time.
Without the raisins. Oatmeal cookie without the raisins.
Best kind.
Yeah, Subway, are you listening? I don't mind raisins, but a lot of people don't like them. You might find that Subway drop the raisins. You might sell a lot more cookies. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, a little sort of toffee. Like yeah, very, very good. Yeah, a little more history and background behind the distillery. So it was started in the 1960s, of course, a huge boom period for Scotch whisky. A lot of companies started distilleries just for blending purposes. And this was started it was actually founded in 1960 itself, didn't actually start production until 63. And it was started by a company that also started Deanston and Tullibardine. Also both excellent distilleries. By the 1990s, it had decided to name itself Deveron in the single malt market, specifically for the Italian market. Italians like their whiskey on the younger side, on the more spirit-driven side. And I got a little bit of background about that when I was in Italy. I actually saw one of those Glengrant 5-year-olds that I often talk about. They actually had it for sale still. I almost bought one. Yeah. But I had a long, interesting conversation with a woman who owned a liquor store in Genoa. And they specialize in grappa. Well, I probably mispronounced that horribly. I don't know why I even tried to pronounce it Italian. Grappa in Yorkshire. And they say because they're used to grappa, their palate, they like tasting the spirit itself. So when it comes to whiskey, they don't want it hidden behind all the cask influence, which is kind of cool. So they released this as a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old in the Italian market when it first launched. Dropped it off the radar for a long time after it was bought out by Bacardi, who use it for their Dewar's blends. So big part of the Dewar's blends, which is one of the most award-winning blends in the world. And I guess they needed as much Deveron. I keep calling it Deveron. Macduff, come on now. As much Macduff as they could get their hands on. And so they sort of stopped releasing it as a single malt until, again, recently, rebranding it simply as The Deveron, not Glendeveron. The Deveron. Yeah. And Taryn pointed out the interesting markings on the bottle here. It's got like little weird lines and letters, and we were trying to figure out what it's for. The internet tells us that it's something called a plimsoll line, which is used on ships to denote if it's too heavy. So it's where the water level goes for safety reasons. It shouldn't go past this line on the side of the ship. And FW stands for fresh water, and we can only assume that MD stands for Macduff. So I think it's something to do with how underwater the distillery can get before you can panic. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's not on the internet.
It's, speculate at will, please. I'd love to hear your theories in the comments section below, actually. That'd be great. Jeff, if you're listening, let us know. Actually, Duke, you're in the marine world. You probably know what a plimsoll line is mostly used for. Duke, if you know any more information, let us know. But yeah, I teased about the price earlier, didn't I?
You did.
It is frankly the big reason I bought all of it. Normally, we don't go through that much official bottling 18-year-old whiskies in our store. We're not. It's not our primary target. It's not our normal market. But when the price is as good as it is here, like I said, I think someone screwed up here. I think the price is wrong. But we took advantage of it, and we're not going to take advantage of you, and we're going to pass on this incredible price because this whiskey is about $185 in other less restricted provinces. And around the world, it's a similar price in the UK and in America as well.
Okay.
Here, right here at the Strath, it is $126.96.
Yeah, it is.
For an 18-year-old. Even better, it's 10% off because it's a featured whiskey right now. If you're watching this video to a week or two after the video's launch, it will be a featured whiskey for all Dram Association members. Sign up for free right now at our website, strathliquor.com, which means it's $114.26.
For an 18-year-old whiskey.
For an 18-year-old whiskey.
Crazy.
That is like, 65 cents a year? No, not cents. $6.50 a year. I'll get math. Math. A lot of people think of $10 a year for a good price, and that is antiquated old data, to be honest. That's not a thing anymore. It's ridiculous. So yeah, we got 120 bottles of it. So if you'd like to buy a case, actually, if you do want to buy a case, just shoot me. What's the slide into my DMs? Is that the phrase the kids are using? Yes. Probably not for this reason.
No.
Slide into my DMs. If you want to buy a case, I will give you an even bigger discount. Because if you want to buy this by the case, I'm not going to stop you. Yeah. And I have a slight theory as to why this screw up might have happened. As Taryn noticed, there's actually a little sticker over the size. I think mistakes were made. There's a tiny little sticker here. Yeah, peel it off. I bet it says 700 ml underneath it. Because it says 750 on the sticker.
It says 750.
It says 750 underneath? Oh, but it says 750 mil. Oh. So why does the sticker say the same thing?
Maybe to match the pink.
The sticker... I wonder if it says the same thing on the bottle. The sticker on there says 750 mil. If you peel it off, it says 750 mil. Yeah, same here. It says 750 mil again underneath the sticker. This is a very superfluous sticker.
I have so many questions.
So many questions. So little answers. So my theory as to they screwed up the labeling is actually... I guess incorrect? Like, is it a different font, or you legally have to have it a different size or something? Maybe it's slightly too small?
It looks like the same.
It looks fine to me. Yeah. What's that phrase? Never look a gift horse in the mouth?
Something.
Yeah, something along those lines. Never look a cheap whiskey in the mouth. Don't turn down this offer. It is absolutely outstanding good value and a really, really good 18-year-old whiskey. And I would especially say that this is a great suggestion if you need to give someone a gift. Great bang for your buck, especially for people that don't always drink whiskey. If you're a whiskey geek but your next door neighbor isn't, but you owe them a favor, well, this is a perfect repayment of a favor. All right. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me, Taryn. This was a great unbottling. I'm very excited about this. It's Deveron 18 for, what was it? $114.96.
Get it while you can.
Yeah. It's good stuff. See you on the next one.